Dude, I was at a pool one time, and I used to work on this farm in the summer times outside in Natchez, Mississippi. And they had, and this dude, Don Blankenstein, was the pool guy every year, right? And he'd come out there, and I'd keep an eye on him because the dude weighed probably 700 or 800 pounds, bro. Jesus. You know what I'm saying? He broke the gate every time he come in.
But he was the lifeguard?
He was, you know.
How can you be a lifeguard, 800 pounds?
Bro, he gets in the pool, trust me, nobody's drowning, bro. All the water's out, and the fucking kid who's sick is laying right there at his feet.
He was the boss at the pool.
No, he was the guy who came to put the cleaner in the pool. And so, but he'd open the gate, bro, and every time he'd walk through it and bring both sides of the gate down. Like he was just he was going to die soon, you know, when you saw him. You know, so you treated him well. And that's one thing I like sometimes about seeing huge people. It reminds you how to treat other people. Because you're like, oh, this person isn't going to be alive very long, so you would be extra nice to him. And so, but then Don, one summer, I'm out there laying by the pool, and this skinny guy comes in. You know, he could have fit through the gate with 90 of his fucking, you know, quintuplets or whatever. And he comes through the gate, and I'm like, who? And he keeps talking to me. And I'm thinking the guy's kind of a, you know, peppermint hunter, bro. You know what I'm saying? A little tender. And it turns out it's Don Blankenstein. He got the stomach thing, and he lost all the weight. And he was a different person, though. He wasn't the same. I don't know. It wasn't the same, and our relationship was never the same as when he lost when he lost the weight.
Think of when they take.
I don't know what we're
passion.
talking about.
Think about when somebody takes away your passion. If you're an eater,
yeah,
and you know, it's like when you first get sober.
Yeah.
You know, I was telling Rogan the other day, the worst two words in a person's life is sober and diet. I don't want to be involved in drugs.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be sober either.
Yeah.
I never want to be sober because it would make my inner battle, too rough.
Yeah.
I know my limits with cocaine. I know my limits with pills. I know my limits with alcohol. I've known my limits when I was 25. Anything I did after 25, I did because I wanted to, but I knew my limits.
Right.
You know, when I got locked up, I couldn't imagine a world where I couldn't smoke pot.
Wow. You couldn't imagine that.
I couldn't imagine, okay, cocaine. I understand not having a girlfriend. I understand being broke. But I never understood a world where I did not smoke weed.
Huh.
When I was 25 years old, weed controlled my mood.
What did it do for you think?
I was in so much pain when I woke up. And I didn't know that then. You never know it when you're going through.
Yeah, you don't know. Especially at that age.
It takes 20 years to look back.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about it tonight how I was taking a shower. That if I quit comedy tomorrow, it would be to sign back up in college and take a psychology class to become a psychiatrist. And do whatever I had to take. I'd probably be 65. But at 65, I would help so many people so deeper.
Yeah.
Because I went through it.
Yeah.
This is not somebody who studied it. I went through it, wrote about it, looked at it. Mm-hmm. I think about it. I think about what made you. I broke it down from the macro to the micro.
Well, you could put yourself in there. You could put them in your shoes and vice versa.
When you become a comedian.
Yeah.
If you're not brutally honest with yourself, it's not going to end well.
Wow.
And in life in general, forget about comedy, in life in general, if you're not brutally honest with yourself, it's not going to pan out for you.
Yeah.
You have to be brutally honest, and a lot of people can't be honest. Brutally honest with yourself. Like, this is not going to work. You know, it's like I went at 27, 29.
Like, in what fact? Like,
at the age of 30,
yeah,
I had made a decision, decision to do comedy.
Yeah.
But I also had to make a decision about this hell I was living in. I was living in this party hell. Okay.
The drugs and this
stuff. Where I would be clean for 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
And then snap one night and then tell myself how this was the last time.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of those pussies at a party that was talking about it. By this time, I was partying by myself. And this went on for maybe a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I think by 1995 and a half, I came to the conclusion, like they say in the program, that you're a fucking junkie.
Yeah.
And I had 2 decisions to make. I go, I could either be a junkie and keep fighting this, But the reason why I became a comic was to be a junkie. I read that Lenny Bruce book, and that's the reason why I got into comedy. So if I'm going to get into comedy, let's make a deal. I'll do cocaine 3 times a week. Mm-hmm. And that's how it started. I just came to terms with it.
Wow. So you're thinking I'm going to get into comedy so I could do cocaine.
I was thinking I was going to get into comedy to have a life. I read that book, how he slept with strippers. And
Yeah.
he opened up for jazz musicians. And I was content with that. And
Yeah.
none of that book did he talk about being rich.
Yeah.
Okay? And no
And
part of that book did he talk about being rich. Did he talk about money. He lived at the Chelsea Hotel. He just talked to life about being what was happy for him.
Yeah.
And at that time, that's all I wanted. I had been through a terrible marriage. I had already done time. So I was just seeking to be happy. But I knew I had to mend inside.
Because you had a deviant soul. Your soul was pretty sound like kind of bifurcated or whatever.
I was living, this wasn't who I was. I was a
Right.
nice Catholic boy who I believed in heaven and hell, and I had a belief system.
Your inside didn't match all your behavior.
Right. My inside did not. So that added to it.
Yeah.
So now
Man,
I had to have that inner conflict with drugs. Fuck you. This is who I am. I've accepted it.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, happens. That's it. No fucking big deal. Nobody gets their feelings.
Hunting Easter eggs again, Lee? You
Oh.
found one, huh? You found an egg, boy. Welcome to Easter, bro. Y'all killed Jesus. Here he comes back, boy.
This is good
and he brought a
stuff.
dirty bag of fucking baked ham
This
out of the
smells like-
fucking cave.
This smells worse than your neck. This smells like those
Oh,
Honduran
yeah.
feet that are walking
Oh,
in.
yeah, boy. It smells like fucking Thanksgiving
Can you
night
imagine those
in a prison
Hondurans take
shower.
their shoes off at night and sleep under a tree?
I can't even imagine.
What that little summer camp must smell like down there. They've been walking for 20 fucking days, those poor people.
Oh, Hondurans will walk 30 hours in a 24-hour
20
day.
fucking days, and they're really coming.
What are they going to do up here, do you think?
I think they're trying to seek asylum. Living in Honduras or Salvador right now, those are not good places to live right
Makes
now.
me sad, man. Yeah, my father's from Nicaragua. You know that my father was born
Yeah,
down there.
if you know anything about Central America, I know like El Salvador is, the prices are high. They're killing people down there. There's a lady who I talk to from time to time, and she tells me she goes only for Christmas time, and that she has a house down there, but she can't retire down there
Oh, wow.
because they just kill you on the streets. And there's more murders, something like that to that effect. So I don't know if it's El Salvador. I'm just cracking the
But
joke.
right, but yeah, if that's your neighbor, things can be great where you are. If that's the neighborhood you're in, that's heartbreaking.
It's a different, it's like when you read the Roberto Duran book. He grew up on the streets of Panama. He grew up with this guy that was called El Magico or some shit. And the guy was like a shaman, and he taught him how to hustle on the streets, how to live on the streets. That's Central America,
We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.